Good morning, students. Chapter 4, Principles of Inheritance and Variation. In today's class, we are going to discuss the topic, the Y chromosome and the male development. So, current analysis of Y chromosome has revealed numerous genes and regions with potential gene function. Some genes with or without the homologous counterparts are seen on the X chromosome. So the current researchers, the scientists have been doing many researches on the Y chromosome. So the current research says that numerous genes and regions with the potential gene functions, that is some genes with or without the homologous counterparts are seen on the X chromosome. Present at both ends of the Y chromosomes are the pseudo-autosomal regions, in short pairs. So if you take the Y chromosome, at both the ends of the Y chromosomes, the pseudo-autosomal regions are present. They are called as pairs, and these are similar with the regions on the Y chromosomes which synapse and recombine during the meiosis. So these regions are similar with the regions of the X chromosome which synapse and recombine during the meiosis. The remaining 95% of the Y chromosomes are referred as the non-combining region of the Y. So the remaining 95%, except the ends, the remaining 95% of the Y chromosomes are referred as non-combining regions of the Y, that is N or Y. N or Y means non-combining regions of the Y chromosome. And the N or Y is divided equally into functional genes, which is called as euchromatic, and non-functional genes, which is called as heterochromatic. So the functional genes of the non-combining region of the Y is called as euchromatic, and the non-functional genes are called as heterochromatic. Within the euchromatic regions, that is the functional genes, is a gene called sex determining region, that is SRY. So within the euchromatin region is a gene called sex determining region, that is SRY. In human, absence of Y chromosomes inevitably leads to female development. So absence of Y chromosomes will lead in female development, and this SRY gene is absent in case of the X chromosome. The gene product of SRY, that is sex determining regions, is the testis determining factor. So the gene product, that is SRY, is the testis determining factor, in short TDF, which is present in the adult male testis. So this is about the current analysis of the Y chromosome. Next we'll see about the dosage compensation, Barr body. In the year 1949, Barr and Bertram first observed a condensed body in the nerve cells of female cat which was absent in the male. So the scientists Barr and Bertram in the year 1949 observed a condensed body in the nerve cells of the female cat, and this condensed body is absent in case of males. This condensed body was later called sex chromatin by them. So this condensed body was later called as sex chromatin by them, and it was referred as Barr body. So this condensed body is called as the Barr body, and it was noticed only in the female cat. In the XY chromosomal system of sex determination, the males have only one X chromosome, whereas the females have two. So if you take in human, the males have one X chromosome and one Y chromosome, but the females have two X chromosomes. So X chromosome is one in male and two in female. Here a question arises: How does the organism compensate for this dosage differences between the sexes? So the X chromosome dosage is different between the male and the female. And in mammals, the necessary dosage compensation is accomplished by the inactivation of one of the X chromosomes in females, so that both males and females have one functional X chromosome per cell. So how this dosage compensation is accomplished means, in mammals it is accomplished by the inactivation, that is one of the X chromosome becomes inactivated, so that in case of females, so that the males and the females have only one functional X chromosome per cell. Mary Lynn suggested that bare bodies represented an inactive chromosome. So if the bare body is presented, that means there is an inactive X chromosome, which in females becomes tightly coiled into the heterochromatin, a condensed and visible form of chromatin, according to the Lyon's hypothesis. So according to Lyon's hypothesis, that is Mary Lynn, the scientist Mary Lynn suggested that if bare bodies are present, that means an inactive chromosomes are present in case of the females. The number of bare bodies observed in a cell was less than the number of X chromosomes. So the number of bare bodies observed in a cell was less than the number of X chromosomes. XO females have no bare body because already they are having only one X chromosome, whereas XXY males have one bare body because already they are having two X chromosomes. So this is about the dosage compensation, that is bare body. Next we will see a special type of sex determination in honeybee, that is haplodiploidy in honeybees. So the name of the sex determination in honeybees are called haplodiploidy. So in case of, that is hymenopteron insects means that is honeybees, ants and wasps, they are called as hymenopteron. A mechanism of sex determination called as haplodiploidy mechanism. So in case of these insects such as honeybees, ants and wasps, a mechanism of sex determination called as haplodiploidy mechanism of sex determination is common. And in this system, the sex of the offspring is determined by the number of sets of chromosome it receives. So based on the number of sets of chromosome it receives, only the sex of the offsprings are determined. The fertilized eggs. So the fertilized eggs develop into females. So in case of honeybees, the fertilized eggs develop into females. So females means the queen and workers are females in case of honeybees. And the unfertilized eggs, they develop into males. So the unfertilized eggs develop into males, or otherwise called as drones, by the method of parthenogenesis. So what do you mean by parthenogenesis? Development of an individual without fertilization is called as parthenogenesis. So here the unfertilized egg develops into males by parthenogenesis. So it means that the males have half the number of chromosomes. So in case of males, since it is unfertilized eggs, it have only half number of chromosomes, that is n number of chromosomes, and it is haploid. It is haploid, and the females have double the number. So if you take the females, the unfertilized eggs only developed into males, that is haploid, and the fertilized eggs which have double the number of chromosomes develop into females. Hence the name haplodiploidy for this system of sex determination. So in honeybees you can able to see the system haplodiploidy. That means the unfertilized eggs which is haploid develop into males or drones, and the fertilized eggs which have the double number of chromosomes, that is diploid, develops into females. The females are queens and workers. This mode of sex determination facilitates the evolution of sociality in which only one diploid female becomes a queen and lays the eggs for the colony. So in case of honeybees, you can able to see the evolution of sociality. That is the diploid female. That is the female becomes the queen. Diploid female becomes the queen and lays the eggs for the colony. So the queen only lays the eggs for the colony, and the other females. So one female became the queen and lays the eggs for the colony, and the other females which are diploid, having developed from the fertilized eggs, helps to raise the queen's eggs and so contribute to the queen's reproductive success and indirectly to their own phenomenon known as kin selection. So what do you mean by kin selection? Means we have already learned that the fertilized eggs develop into queen and workers. So one fertilized egg develop into queen. So the queen lays more eggs for the colony, but the other fertilized eggs which develops into workers will help to raise the queen's eggs and contribute to the queen's reproductive success and indirectly to their own, and this is called as the kin selection. The queen constructs their social environment by releasing a hormone that suppresses the fertility of the workers, because the workers are sterile. Only the queen is a fertile. In that colony, the queen and the male are fertile. The workers are sterile. That means they are unable to reproduce. How this is possible means the queens release a hormone which suppresses the fertility of the workers. So this is how haplodiploidy in honeybees takes place. Okay students, go through this topic. Thank you.